Okay, I'm back home, got the car back in the garage, and I guess now is the start of the things I need to do to make the car even better for next time. Now, a problem I ran into was adjusting rebound. Compression's real easy. Compression is just turning this little Allen key right there. Rebound is, I don't even know if you can see it. I don't think you can even see it. It's underneath here, and you have to stick this little tiny tool, like a pin tool, in there, and you have to sweep it over to one side. It's called, it doesn't go by clicks, it goes by sweeps. Anyways, it always took me a long time to make that adjustment because I could never get that tiny little pin tool into where it belongs. Front and back, like the back was almost impossible. So I contacted Penske and I said, can I mount these shocks upside down? And they said, yes, absolutely. So I'm just going to flip them around, and that should make it really easy to get at rebound adjustment. And the compression adjustment is just an Allen key, so that's, I don't even need to see that to make that work. I can just fumble around by feel and get the Allen key in there. So that's one of the things that I got to do. So I'll get to her. Okay, I have both front shocks flipped around. This is the tool. It's a pin tool for adjusting the shocks, and it's, I'll show you, it just goes like this in the top, and it goes in this little thing like that, and that's how you adjust it, just like that. It was just too hard to do when it was on the bottom. And the bottom is now easy because it's just this, it's just an Allen wrench, and I can find it relatively easy down there, and right just like that, click, click, click for compression. So it's just a little thing just to make it a little easier between runs to make adjustments, because I really struggle to get that rebound adjusted, you know, between runs, especially, well, if you saw the last video, the car was only stationary for less than 3 minutes. Well, to spray down the tires, the intercooler, get the hood off and everything, you just ran out of time. It was just crazy. So anyways, so I just will switch the back ones over now and flip those around, and then check that list off the list. That's all done. All right, I'm just looking the car over, and I discovered that one of the bolts that holds this charge pipe in to onto the turbo, one of those bolts is missing. I have no idea if it was losing boost there, but I guess that's a possibility. Well, I'm going to keep checking. The shocks are all turned upside down, that's all good. And I need to make a new seat slider because we broke the seat slider while we were down there. And yeah, just working on stuff. I'll show you what I'm doing as I'm doing it. So in that one video from the side of the car, you can see the exhaust going out and in the bodywork. And I thought I was just flexing the frame. But nope, it was a loose bolts holding the motor mounts in. So that really big bolt right there, and there's another one in front of it, and then there's two on the other side. All four were loose. So this car just rattles nuts and bolts loose. And I am checking these bolts. I didn't check those motor mount bolts, but you know, the suspension bolts, I check them every day. And we had a whole bunch of bolts that hold the floor in come loose after day one. We did all that testing the day before and loaded the car up, and when we unloaded it, something underneath got caught as it was coming out, and all the bolts that hold the floor in, like there's all along here, all along underneath here, there are bolts that hold that floor in. They'd all backed out, and this is all just vibration, and they are Loctited. I don't know why they came loose, but they are Loctited. So anyway, so that explains that. And then we lost that bolt for the charge pipe, and that's why the car was sputtering and everything. These are minor issues. These are all really minor, so I'm pretty happy about that. Anyways, I think that the air is a little too hot getting into the motor, so I'm going to land up cutting these holes back out. Like, there used to be holes. You see, I fiberglassed them shut, but I'm going to open those back up, and I'm going to have one going to the computer, and I'm going to have the other one going into the air cleaner so that we have cooler air going into the motor. So I bought this piping a long time ago, so I'm going to land up using it. But it's kind of funny that this problem only really cropped up now. Like, the air intake temperature was too high and stuff, so oh well. We're going to be cutting into this bodywork that we just barely fiberglass shut. What are you going to do? Okay, we have both openings done and running hoses. One to the computer and the other one to the air cleaner. Again, I will be putting a proper air box in there. K&N has this inline air box kind of thing, but it doesn't seem like it's rated for enough horsepower for what I'm doing here, so I'll have to keep searching for something to do there. But I don't want to have to build my own, but I will if I have to. But for now, it's definitely going to be getting cooler air than it was before. Because before, I think what was happening was there's so little airflow here because I haven't got a grill opening or anything. I think that this was just sucking all this hot air from the engine bay area. While we were down in Lincoln, the seat sliders, we have an adjustable seat because obviously Bridget has the seat closer than I do. So the adjustable seat sliders, they broke. Now these are the new ones. I got these from Speedway Motors. These are genuine Sparco seat sliders. They're much better than what I had on the car. But I'm going to change the way that the seat is bolted to the sliders. Before it was, I'm not going to bother showing you. But there was the sliders with a piece of metal welded between them. And then I had spacers, you know, spacing the seat up or angling the seat. But I thought this time I'm going to do it way better. So I got my friend to bend up this piece of 3/16 aluminum. So this will go in here like so. And then the seat will bolt in there, and there's multiple positions. It'll make a lot more sense once I have this cut. I'm going to be cutting this with a jigsaw. As you saw in a previous video, a jigsaw does actually work on aluminum, so that's what I'm going to use to cut it. And I think that'll be a much better way of bolting that seat in there. So I think I'm going to put some dimple dies in this one and everything and make it look good. So. All right, well, there it is. It's all built. It's dimple dyed. So that'll bolt to the bottom of the sliders, and then the seat will bolt to this and have multiple adjustments right there. I have the different adjustments right there. So, okay, the seat is in with the new sliders, and it slides forward and back with buttery smoothness. It's pretty amazing. I should have taken a video of it, but on the front and on the back, there's multiple holes, so I can change the height of the seat and the tilt of the seat. Right now it's at its middle point. I can make it higher or lower or tilt it more. So I think it's really good right there. It's very comfortable, and yeah, so one more thing checked off the list. Okay, the final piece of the puzzle is in. We have a cold air intake, goes through here. There's an air cleaner inside there, and straight into the turbo. So that's it. That's all. I'm now ready for competition. I got a competition coming up in a couple of weeks. It is in the States. It is in Grand Forks, at the Grand Forks Air Force Base. None of them have seen this car, so that should generate some interest when we show up. But yeah, that's it. Car's all ready to go. All right, well, thanks for hanging in this far, and we'll see you all later.